That's what I did. I prepared with me. Will you? What's going on, everybody? Oh, this is going to be a good one. We already got over 100 people in here today. Oh, boy. Happy Friday, huh? Hope your work week is coming to an end. If not, hold on tight. It will be soon. Okay? It will be soon. Don't worry. I see the comment section is also very active. Like that. Appreciate you guys being here. You know what? Hold on a second. So, shout out to you all. Appreciate you being here. It is actually cooling down a little bit where I live. Well, quite a bit, actually. Today's only 82. Tomorrow's going to be down in the 70s. Might even be a little rain. And did you guys see that rain coming down in New York City? Damn. Like, what do you got? Torrential downpour. I mean, like, water is pouring in the subways, and the streets are flooded, like up to people's wheel wells in their cars. It's dangerous there. So shout out to you New Yorkers. You guys stay safe, huh? And just like San Francisco a few months back when we had the storm come through California, when the streets of New York get soaked in water and the people are standing in it, I mean, just all the shit in the streets just gets soaked and loosened up, and it's floating around in that slurry. Just New York filth and water mixed together. Ugh. Gross. I hope any of you people standing on the street with water up to your knees in New York City do not have any open cuts on your legs, because you are going to get hepatitis C. You better Google hepatitis, because that's what you're going to have if you have an open cut and you're wading through that New York slurry. Gross. Deron Isaac, what up? He says, New York City is so dirty. I know. You know, you got dead rats floating in that shit, homeless people, them filthy illegals laying all over the ground, dirtying up that beautiful concrete. Ugh, gross. Tammy D, she says, love the title, JG, laughing my ass off. It's true. Ever now. That's the Grim Repair. We all know who that is. Rene Arguello. If you're saying in the Spanish, it's Rene Arguello. Thank you. Says Navy Nuke here. Shout out to my fellow Navy peeps. What up, shit, mate? Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being. Yeah, beans 1170. It's just all like in a pot, just all mixing together. Yeah, let's throw some pubes and gum and shit and piss and blood and water and rat feces and maggots. Let's just mix it all up and dump it on New York City, and people can walk around in it. Ugh. Gross. Same in San Francisco. People were grabbing their wakeboards and wakeboarding in the floodwaters in San Francisco. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Sunny Singh says, my parents went to New York City a few weeks ago. Said it smelled like pee everywhere. That's New York. I remember getting on the subway when I was there. Piss. We went to these apartments. Piss. Remember that South Park episode where Cartman was pretending that he had AIDS, or not AIDS. He probably would pretend he had AIDS. But he was pretending he had Tourette's. And, of course, the lie got out of control. And next thing you know, he's like the face of the Tourette's community. And this guy who really has Tourette's. And he's like helping Cartman, deal with his new diagnosis. And the guy always, his tick is piss ass, piss. Shit, so piss ass, piss out my ass. So all this piss talk made me think of that. Authentically Kennedy, what up, girl? You and your baby. She says, Jericho, say a prayer as she's on the highway to hell. Are you talking about Dianne Feinstein? Kennedy, give me one reason she needs to go to Hades. I can't think of one. Nothing comes to mind right now. He says, Spunbearing 65. Piss in his ass. Ass piss. Anders Hagberg. He says, I am wasted here in the land of Vikings. Wasted on what? What you drinking? What you drinking or smoking? Huh? Anders. The old dog. You're right. Smash the like button. Smash it now. Tony Hannafin. It's not nice. He says, ding dong, the witch is dead. The purple one, what up? Mad says, season ticket on a one-way ride. So, Anders says, beer. You drinking some burr? You drinking it by the Stein? Quentin, that's right. Go Niners, always. They're going to get in that ass like a bike with no seat this weekend. Are you kidding me? And my family's all upset. You know why? Because, let's see, the game starts at 1:25 this weekend, I believe. And my daughter has to be at her soccer tournament at 2:00, and it's an hour away, which means we will be driving when the game starts. So you know what that means, kids? That means we're going to listen to the game on the radio. Yay! My kids are going to hate that, and my wife, but I don't care. I don't give a fuck. This is only football season. This is really the only sport that I'm into. September to February. That's all I ask. Damn it. Mental medalist wife. What? Go Cowboys. You mean the same Cowboys that got their asses whooped by the garbage Cardinals? Okay. So as we all know, and it looks like some of you are celebrating, Steven Sykes says Old English 40s for everyone. Damn, that's going way back, Steven. That OE Steel Reserve. Mickey's. Malt liquor tastes like shit. But as we all know, and you guys are celebrating, Kitty, HHA Kitty. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. Just go Texans. That's all right. Nobody cares about the Texans. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. So, Dianne Feinstein, U.S. Senator from California, has passed on to the afterlife. She's gone into the great unknown. 90 years old. 90. She was born in 1933. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, you guys ready? And I feel like I feel like I can't read this in just my regular voice because it seems like everybody back then, the not so much in the 50s and on, but the 40s and 30s and 20s, like everybody, especially in entertainment, movies, news, whatever, they all kind of sounded the same way. So I think in the interest of authenticity, I should read it as they would have read it back in 1933. So the year that Dianne Feinstein was born. What happened in 1933 that sent the tabloids into overdrive and the public into a frenzy? 1933 newspaper headlines document a fascinating year of political, social, and cultural aspects of society. Communism was in full swing. Adolf Hitler became dictator of Germany. 15 million people were unemployed in the US because 33 was kind of in the middle or toward the end, I guess, middle-ish end of the Great Depression. Albert Einstein arrived in the US as a refugee from Nazi Germany. Let's see, January 5th, 1933, Calvin Coolidge, 30th President of the United States, dies of coronary thrombosis. January 5th, 1933, construction begins on the Golden Gate Bridge in the San Francisco Bay. Did you hear that? Let me read that one more time. Especially myself, this trips me out because I've been across the Golden Gate a million times. Construction begins on the Golden Gate Bridge in the San Francisco Bay. January 23rd, 1933, the 20th Amendment to the Constitution is ratified, changing Inauguration Day from March 4th to January 20th. February 27th, 1933, Germany's main parliament building, the Reichstag, is set on fire and severely damaged. The fire supposedly started by Dutch communist Marinus van der Lubbe, and he is later beheaded for the crime. The verdict continues to be the subject of controversy, as many historians point to the convenient assistance that the fire gave to the Nazi Germans in their mission to weed out communists and increase state security throughout Germany. March 3rd, 1933, Mount Rushmore National Park is dedicated. The year she was born, Mount Rushmore National Park was dedicated. March 4th, 1933, President Herbert Hoover is succeeded by Franklin D. Roosevelt, who, in reference to the Great Depression, proclaims in his inauguration speech, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. March 9th, 1933, the U.S. Congress begins its first 100 days enacting New Deal legislation to help with the Great Depression. March 12, 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addresses the nation for the first time as president in his first fireside chat. You see where I'm going. Let's look at July 4th, 1933. What was going on? July 4th, 1933, Mohandas Kamarachand Gandhi, political and spiritual leader, is sentenced to prison in India for creating unrest in Kedah. He had been cleaning up the village and studying the suffering of its inhabitants, encouraging the people to stand up for themselves to condemn the social evils that were taking place by those in power. July 6, 1933, the first Major League Basketball All-Star game is played at Comiskey Park in Chicago. October 10th, 1933, a United States Boeing 247 is destroyed by a bomb near Chesterton in Indiana. This is the first proven case of air sabotage in commercial airline history. October 17th, 1933, Albert Einstein arrives in the United States as a refugee from Nazi Germany. Boy, 1933 was a busy year. December 26, 1933, the Nissan Motor Company is established in Tokyo, Japan. She was born the same year as Nissan. But that old timer is now gone. Dianne Feinstein has passed away. I don't think an autopsy is necessary. I think that's weird. When you give an old person an autopsy, they die because they're old. She died because she was old as fuck. And I'm scouring the internet, and I haven't seen any sympathy for her. Also, $20 an hour is now the minimum wage for burger flippers in California. If you're a fast food worker, your minimum wage is $20. When I was in high school in the late 90s, working at McDonald's, my starting pay was nowhere near no fucking $20 an hour. And I'm going to show you guys a video. When I get to that story, I'm going to show you guys a video. And then the video is of Gavin banging your wife Newsom, that 6-foot serpent. He's in front of a group of people, mostly people of color. One of them actually looks retarded. And he's signing this into law. And you could feel it. You could smell it. And you can taste the fakeness. Just the way he's acting. He's like, oh, what a gift. What a gift. A gift? From who? These fools making $20 an hour for asking me if I want fries with that is a gift? And something I cannot stand is when you have people saying, like Bernie Sanders, when he was running for president before the Democrat Party fucked me over, people should have a livable wage working at a fast food restaurant. That's ridiculous. Fast food employment is not meant to support a family of 4. If you have a family and you work at McDonald's or a fast food restaurant, you fucked up. I can't stand that. These people should have a livable wage. Then get a better job. You must get a better job, my friend. You'll get better job. What do you mean? You're not supposed to be able to support a family off of Wendy's pay. We'll talk about that when winning. And the Fetterneck dress code was unanimously reversed. Thank God. And why was that even up for debate? Why did Chuck Schumer, that I almost called him a piece of shit, but at least a piece of shit, like you could mix it in with the soil and it can help grow things. It's useful. A piece of shit is more useful than Chuck Schumer. Why did he even say that the dress code was changed? Because of that ogre from Pennsylvania? Dress shirts are itchy on my skin. For that, you're going to change everything. You're going to downgrade a member of our federal government or a department of our federal government by allowing them to dress like slack-jawed dummies for one idiot? Also, Brittany Renner is disgusting. She's some she's some pro athlete's baby mama. She's a professional. She reminds me of the last 49er game that I went to. Shout out to my man Rodney. We had some good seats. We were right there. If you leaned over too far, you were going to fall on the field in the corner of the end zone. Baller ass seats. And you could see, and it was some kind of special event. I think they were commemorating the 94 49ers Super Bowl team. So you had all these players coming back. Steve Young was there, Jerry Rice, and Ricky Waters. All these guys were there from that team. Deion Sanders. And you see them all coming in, and then you see 2 groups of women standing on the sideline. You have the women who are the wives, who look like it. They look like wives. They were very well put together. They were dressed nicely. They had an air of professionalism about them, if you will. And then you had the hope to be wives, the girlfriends, the tube sock for these players. That's what these girls were, human tube socks that were just that's all they're good for, is just getting skeeted on. Eric Tate, what's up, man? So you can tell they dress the part. Dan Skill, my pleasure. They dressed the part. They had their midriff showing, their titties were out. They had some skin tight pants where you could see their labia majora. You can see that moose knuckle in the front. If you look close enough, you can see what they had for breakfast. That's what Brittany Griner is. Just a hood rat hoping to get married. But she let some professional athlete skeet off in her crevice, and now she has a baby with him. But she was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay. I don't know about you, but I think it's weird for a grown man to let people call him Shay Shay. That's a girl's name. My daughter has a friend of hers, and that's her nickname. That's what her family calls her. Anyway, she's on Shannon Sharp's. Hey, skill. Anyway, she's on his podcast, and she says that I've slept with 35 men. I'm going to be honest, because this is a safe space, and like, you guys can say what you want here, no judgment. I'm going to go ahead and say, for a woman, or hold on, for a man, 35, not a lot. And she's lying, 35. If you're copying to 35, you've had at least 100. You've had at least 100 cut and uncut penises in and out of your clam. Guaranteed. But she's claiming, she's admitting to 35. For a man, it's not that much. Good for you, buddy. For a woman, that's fucking disgusting. Bottom line, because dick is not valuable, vagina is. Nobody cares about a dick and balls. Vagina, top of the list. Fellas, you know what you've done for some of that? Ain't nobody jumping through no hoops for no dick. Well, you'll jump through a hoop on fire for some pernarner. I've told you guys this story before. Been a while. I'm trying to tell you a story. So I had a Rottweiler growing up, R.I.P. Ebony. And we had these neighbors across the way who had a Queensland healer. I can't remember his fucking name. And one day I'm sitting in our den, and I hear, and the den led out to the laundry room. So I hear this glass breaking and this loud sound. So I don't know, I was probably 12 or something. So instead of going to get my dad, which I should have done, kids, if you're listening, if you hear glass breaking outside of your home, go get your dad. But what I did was I opened the door, very girl in a horror movie style. Brian, that's not funny. So I opened the door, and inside our laundry room, sniffing up my dog's ass, is our neighbor's dog. Oh, I forgot to mention, she was in heat. This dog jumped through, whether he knew it was open or not, this dog jumped through a closed window. There was a hole in the window like this. That dog jumped through a closed glass window for some pernerner. That's what we do for that. That's how valuable it is. And for you to just deal it out like you're a Vegas card dealer is disgusting. You let 35 dudes run up in that? Ew. That has to lose its structural integrity. And that's just 35 dudes. That's not 35 times. These dudes could have been in it for months. That thing is worn out and depleted. That thing it don't even look like a vagina anymore. That shit probably looks like carne asada. But I'll say it. A woman with a high body count is fucking disgusting. You're a woman. Don't you know what that's worth? You got the briefcase from Pulp Fiction between your legs. When you open your legs, a golden light emanates from it. And you're just handing it out to every dude that makes eye contact with you, and you don't think there's anything wrong with that? Ladies, hold on to your virtue. We giving that thing away to everybody? That's like having a really nice, like a 5-star hotel, and you just let people throw a frat party in there. You have no respect for that thing? You don't just, oh man, come on. That shit is nasty. She was like, I slept with 35 dudes. He almost spit his damn drink out. And they're fine with it. It's funny. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this whore culture. I almost said horticulture. That's different. Isn't that dealing with plants or something? But it's cool. I guess it's cool to be a filthy slut who slept with at least 35 dudes. You know that bitch wasn't telling the truth. I'm guessing 100 dudes have been in and out of that. They don't even look right anymore. If you showed somebody a picture of her vagina, they wouldn't guess that it's a vagina. Like, are we having a barbecue? Why are you showing me pictures of carne asada beef? It's not carne asada, man. It's Brittany Renner's vagina. Ew. Okay, let me show you guys this real quick. This is Brittany Renner. And I see the supers. I'll get to them. I promise. I promise you. I will not lie to you. Look at this.
Whew. Oh, Lord.
There we go.
I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Impressive isn't
Woo.
the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody
having,
else need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste,
We are in the bar, so help yourself.
How is she being? They're not judging you for having great taste. That doesn't even make sense. How is fucking 35 dudes having good taste? What? That doesn't even make any sense. This woman is stupid.
We got this for the next hour.
Woo.
I've had
We got this for the next hour. Dude, I'm such an idiot.
sex with 35 guys.
That is so dirty. And then people in the comments are like, oh, you guys are judging her. You've had sex with a bunch. It don't matter whether it's her or somebody else, whether it's a famous woman like her, and she's only famous. The sole purpose this woman is famous is because she let a pro athlete get up in her raw. She let a pro athlete go sack deep in her raw. That's the price of fame these days. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. A woman fucking that many dudes is gross. It's because your body is of more value. So you're not supposed to just hand it out to everybody. It's mythical. It's magical. It's a place that every man wants to be. It's all tight and warm and whatnot. Hers isn't tight anymore. That's like throwing a pencil down a hallway. That thing is blown out. Verse Pro says she's an 8 out of 10. She's a beautiful woman. But once you get down there and peel the layers off and get to that clam, that thing's beat down. That thing is worn out and rode hard and put away wet. You ever take a wet mop and slap it against the floor? That's what that sounds like when she opens that crevice. Just all sloppy. Oh, man. How could you have something that nice and fucking ruin it? That's like my wife and I, we were somewhere a few weeks back or a month or something, and we saw fucking S55 Mercedes, a brand new S55 or S550, excuse me. It was a brand new S550, white, had rims on it, tinted windows, it was lowered a little bit, but obviously it was done professionally. It looked fucking nice. This car could have been on the cover of a magazine. And then you walk around the back of it, and they put a bumper sticker on it. What? I know you're proud of your kid making honor roll, but you don't put a bumper sticker on an S550 Mercedes? That's what she did. She took that beautiful vagine and just fucked it all up. Ugh. Ew. Yeah, she's hot. Oh man, I got me a hot ass woman. And that vagina's loose. You can't even feel it. Ew. Oh shit. But that's the cool thing now. It's cool to be a slut. It's cool to be a whore and get a high body count. And then when you're 45 years old and you look like shit and your eggs are all dried up and your puss looks like the face on that big worm in Starship Troopers, the one who sucked the dude's brains out. When your vagina looks like that and you got cat hair all over your sweater and you're not fertile anymore, then you want to talk about, I want a high value man. You got to make $200,000 a year or more to get in this. Don't look like it. Looks like I can make $20 a year and get in that. Man, you guys, you fellas who are out in the dating game, you young guys who got these young vapid ahuas to pick from, I feel bad. Now, there's some good women out there. There's some good quality young women out there, and I hope you find them. But it looks to me like the whores have taken over. DJ John T, thank you. Member for 7 months. He says, greetings from Sweden. Yeah, a proud member for 7 months now. Love to relax to your voice on a Friday and to chat with the best group on the net. That is true, my Swedish friend. Thanks, DJ John T. And I thank you, Ranson Shan. Ranson Shan, appreciate it. The NFL and the NBA have too many blacks compared to whites. We got to demand some equality for these leagues, like they did with the Rooney Rule. Man, the Rooney Rule is so stupid. These people have no shame. Are they not embarrassed by anything? The Rooney Rule in the NFL states that when a team has a head coach position open, when they're hiring, they have to interview X amount of black coaches for the position. That's what the Rooney Rule states. Like, the NFL is just focusing on white players, and they're like, oh shoot, black players? Oh man, we were focusing on these white dudes and we almost missed a good black coach. Thank you, Rooney Rule. That shit is stupid. Look at Mike Tomlin from the Steelers. And actually, I think that's Art Rooney. Is that his name? I think he was the owner of the Steelers, and that's who that's named after. But look at Mike Tomlin. That motherfucker's been in Pittsburgh for damn near 20 years. He's there because he wins. NFL's the owners and the who is it, the commissioner and shit. They're not a bunch of boss hogs who just want white coaches no matter what. Even if a black coach is good and he's winning, nah, get rid of him. Give me a white boy. Stupid. Thank you, D, for the $5. Ice Ninja Freak. Uh-oh. You know what he's about from the title. Thank you. Says everyone in the political office is on life support. LOL. It seems that way. It seems like Washington, D.C. is the world's largest nursing home. If you drive by the Capitol building, all you're going to see when you drive around back is just trucks dropping off gallons of butterscotch pudding, a bunch of Matlock DVDs and shit, a lot of crocheting needles and thread, just 18-wheelers full of Centrum Silver backing up to that bitch. I don't know why that is. Nothing against elderly people. Elderly people are great. They're wise. They come from a different time. The world was different that they grew up in. But when it comes to politics, we need fresh, young minds in there to give us good ideas. And Dianne Feinstein, why didn't she retire 20 years ago and spend time with her family? You died in office? You wasted your time? What an idiot. DJ John T, thanks again. Says, well, hello again, good sir, Jericho. Just wanted to say that I also like Uncle Joe, and I'm a big fan of LLJ Cool J. LLJ Cool J. What a senile bastard. Spun Bearing, thank you. Also a member for 7 months. Says Feinstein is at Heaven's Gate yelling, do you know who I am? Trapdoor opens. Yeah, they know who you are. That's why they're not letting you in. They know exactly who you are, you crypt keeper. Now you're in the crypt. How does that feel? Mouse C, thank you for the Hamilton. Says cheers to Friday afternoon. I'll always drink to that. I'm right there with you, man. I love me some Fridays. Last Friday, my son, he was hanging out with his aunt, and he said, oh, I love how Friday smells. Me too, man. Space Truck and LLC. Appreciate the Hamilton. What's cracking, JGA chat? You call it carne asada. In Hawaii, the proper term is teriyaki. Aloha. Thank you, Space Truck, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it's called the real thin slice. It looks like a meat bed sheet. Carne asada, fucker. Some fucking carne con cebolla y cilantro con lime. Híjole suyo, motherfucker. Leonard S, thank you. Says, Jericho, is anything going to come out of this impeach Brandon stuff? You know what, man? I don't think so. Simply because we don't have the support. We don't have enough control in the House. I mean, they could talk about it, but unless it's actually going to happen, I don't think so. The reason those bullshit impeachments went through with Trump, or at least it got to its final stage, was because they had the support. Everybody in their House and the Senate were hell-bent on getting rid of Trump. But that's not the case now, because everybody in there, except for a handful, are hell-bent on keeping that sloppy son of a bitch in there. So I don't think so. I don't think they got it in them. Secretary, not sure. Thank you. Yo, JG. J. Cool. J. Great show as usual. Thanks. Appreciate that, Secretary. Not sure. That's what he said. LLJ Cool J. Oh, what? Why did he say that? Why did he say, what was that about? Or as Bruce Lee would say, what was that? What was that? Enter the Dragon? What was that? Why did he say that? LLJ Cool J. You fucking weirdo. Put that fool out to pasture. What is going on here? Why is he not out to pasture with the rest of the elderly bovine? Dude, live out your days. Enjoy yourself. Instead of bales of hay, if Biden was a cow, they'd give him bales of hair. Just throw a bale of fucking 7-year-old follicles out there. You won't have no more problems from Sloppy Joe. You won't even see him. You guys seen Sloppy Joe? Man, last time I saw him, he was out in the pasture sniffing that bale of hair. Looking happier than a pig in shit. Oh, man. Hold on, I'm trying to find something here. You guys, I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. I wish this was happening to another country so we could just sit back and really enjoy it for the train wreck that it is. But we can't fully enjoy it because we have skin in the game. Because this cuckoo for Cocoa Puff son of a bitch is running things. So we can't really sit back and just enjoy it for what it is because it's affecting us. Let's see, down in LA, we're over $7 a gallon for gasoline, so that's fun. Up here where I live, about 20 minutes north of Sacramento, the state capital, we're over $6 a gallon for gasoline. So that's cool. And then I mentioned earlier that California is also going to start paying $20 an hour for minimum wage. So you know what that means for the rest of us. You know what that means for the cost of living. They're not going to allow those people to make that kind of money and not raise the cost of living of food and other things. So it's all going up. You know, if I didn't know better, I would say that they hate us. That's what I would say. I would say that they fucking hate us. They have to. That's the way they're treating us. Just disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting. Hold on, I'm still looking. Like if there was a reset button for the world, this would be the time to hit it. This would be the time to hit that fucking. This would be the time to hit that button right now. Shout out to Oliver Mack.
The great artist of our time, representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America, LLJ Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's an MC Light. Both of you, thank you.
What the fuck was that? What did we just see? What did we just lay eyes on? Spun bearing. Thank you. Where's Castro? Hiding from India or Poland? Where is that little bastard? We haven't heard a lot from him since he filed for divorce from his wife. She was like, look, man, You go and fuck all the dudes you want, but I'm out of here. I'm taking the kids. I can't take it anymore. I'm sick and tired of finding used butt plugs in the kitchen sink. I can't take it anymore. Last week, I slipped on KY jelly outside the bathroom. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm sick and tired of every Saturday night you come home crying drunk and I got to pack your butthole with gauze because you let some dude blow it out. Nothing but blood and maple syrup everywhere. I can't do it anymore. Justin Castro, I mean Trudeau. Simeon Merriweather. Thank you for the $1.49. Jesse Paulson, it sounds like a talk show from the 90s. Today on Jesse Paulson, this 13-year-old girl thinks she's ready to be pregnant. I'm 13. I had sex with 5 guys, and this is my body. I can do what I want. Fuck you, Mom. Thank you, Jesse Paulson. DJ John T once again. DJ John T, thank you. Oh, see, we will not have these kind of remarks, DJ John T. I don't know how you guys do it over in Sweden, but here we do not talk about the exalted one's husband. I mean, wife. Everybody in America with a functioning brain knows that Michelle Obama has a vagina. I'm sorry. I tried to say it with a straight face. She got a dick. Do you think that if they put Big Mike Obama in the presidential race, she will win? It's very possible, I think. They hate Trump so much. True. And could he win? Yeah, totally. You get a bunch of dumbass housewives to get behind it, the same ones who watch The View. You get an army of those idiots behind you, and yes, Mike Obama could win the presidency because it's all about emotion. Emotion and repetition. That's it. And you saw how the people, the mainstream mediocres would just foam at the mouth over Obama. The Obamas. Oh, they're awesome. They are awesome. They're the greatest human beings ever made. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it would happen? I don't think so, but boy, he would get close. That big old fat dick, that retired NBA power forward would get close. Gigi Helen, Jericho, they're letting us be taken over without a bullet being fired. They hate this country. Thank you. Love you. They're doing it without a bullet being fired because they know they can't do it with bullets. Believe me, there's no, well, there are citizens and we wouldn't do that to them. There's none of that in their mind. These are sociopaths. These are narcissists. So no, if that was a viable option that they could just fucking mow us down, they would. It'd be very Pol Pot of them. It'd be very dig a trench and line up in front of the trench. It'd be very Nazi of them, just right behind the ear, bang, 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 bang down the line, and we just fall lifeless into the dirt. Cover us with some lime powder. That's it. Or some no. Yeah, isn't it lime? Whatever that powder is that decomposes human bodies, they would sprinkle us with that shit and cover us up with dirt if they could. The only reason they're doing it this way is because it's the easiest way. Man, yeah, thanks, Faithless. I figure that. But it's not like it's like they more than hate us. They despise us. We're less than human to them. We're some kind of vermin. to them. We're like rats or mice. You know, we're a nuisance. And how do you treat a nuisance? We just had our pest control company here yesterday. You hire a company to come in and poison them, right? To a pest. That's what we are. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so when lime and soda ash combine in a classic metathesis reaction, they produce lye or sodium hydroxide. Lye combines the solubility of soda ash with the strong alkalinity of lime. So there you go. It is lime and lye. So lime with soda ash makes lye. How about that? Thank you, Byron. So anyway, bottom line, they hate us. Period. Oh my gosh, guys. Are you guys ready to get sad? I am. I'm ready to get sad. I'm ready to get sad. Here we go. Do you guys, ladies, do you have your veils on? You have your black veils on to show that you're in mourning? Better. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I need like some hold music, like when you're calling somewhere. You ever been on hold somewhere and the songs are actually cool and you don't want them to pick up? I've been there. Like they start playing some good 80s shit. They start playing some good 80s on there. Dude, I'm listening. I'm in there. Don't let Tears for Fears come on. Don't pick up the phone. I'm on hold right now. These are the jams. All right, hold up. Back. Sad day in American history. Solomon Gray. If that were a dump, that would have been record time. I wouldn't even made it to the bathroom. I would have just stepped off camera and shit my pants. That was real fast. But enough of that, guys. Let's get serious, okay? Knock it off. Stop being this now is not the time to be play. We lost a great one today. Sorry, guys. Damn it. And I knew that picture was coming. My fault. That was not cool. And that was very unprofessional, and I apologize. But I wanted to put my sunglasses on because I, like you, I am mourning. I'm sad. We lost Dianne Feinstein. I've been writing her name with one N. I guess it's two. Who cares? She's not here to say anything. Uncle Meow Meow. She does kind of look like Stephen King, huh? And Stephen King looks like you think Stephen King would look. When you see a picture of Stephen King, you'll be like, this is exactly what I thought you would look like, you weirdo. This is a very, very sad day. It really is. And she was great. She really helped the people of California. And I think that's why she couldn't pull herself away from her duties. Now, don't start laughing because I said duties. Okay? This is serious shit. And she did great work for the people of California, for the people of this country. Because a rising tide lifts all boats. And she definitely looked out for the people of California and the people of this country. And trying not one more time. I'm trying. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold it together and not cry because this is a really big loss. You guys saw the footage of her about a month ago. Congress. She was literally wheeled into the room and she was going on about something and all they wanted her to say was yay. And she couldn't because her old porridge brain was telling her to keep talking about something else. And one of her handlers, one of her handlers had to whisper in her ear and tell her what to say, but she was still in charge of you. So I have I know I'm gonna end up losing it and crying when I see this, but I have footage. Really, it's the final footage of Dianne Feinstein, and I know that you guys are thinking, Jericho, your channel's not that big. How do you get exclusive footage of Dianne Feinstein's last moments? And I don't know. It kind of fell into my lap, and I'm just glad that I have it. I could share it with you. Glad that I could share it with you.
Welcome, kitty. Would you like to dance to death? All you have to do is come to the Crypt Keeper's party. A monster bash, if you will. Come on down!
Oh, man, Dianne. Oh, I didn't, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know she was at a hip hop party. But that was that was the final footage of Dianne Feinstein. It looked like she enjoyed herself. And what I think that was, I think the jamming and all that, I think it was her happiness to be serving the people of this great nation. So I think some people might say, oh, she's partying. How could she be doing that? And, the country's taking a shit. But I think it was just her. She was so happy to be a servant. That's why she couldn't pull herself away. Oh. Thank you guys for letting me work that out. Thank you for letting me play that video and kind of just work through it. Thank you. You guys are the best. Next time someone asks Jericho, who's the best? Fucking chat. That's who. That's who. This damn chat, because they're more than a chat. They helped me get through some very hard times in my life, including today. Including today. From California to D.C., colleagues mourn the loss of Senator Dianne Feinstein. You guys thought you were done crying? Huh? You thought you were done mourning? See, now here, this is when should have been the end of her term, because this looks, judging by the hair and the clothes, this was in the 60s. So this is 30-ish years after she was born. So she's in her 30s. This should have been it. Young, vibrant. It should have been it. You should have quit there. But nope. Nope. She had almost 60 more years of service in the tank. Senator Dianne Feinstein. See, they spelled it with one N here. But if you look in other places, two N's. I don't give a shit. Democrat, California, a trailblazer, and the longest serving woman in the Senate. They say that like it's a good thing. Passed away last night at her Washington, D.C. home, according to a statement her office released Friday morning. Feinstein was the Senate's oldest serving member and was set to retire at the end of her term. That's it? Boy, that was a short article. Okay. That was it for that one. That was it for that article. Shit. I'm sorry. Did I not show the picture? Heidi, thanks. I thought I did. Let's see. Yeah, I thought I did share that. Let me go back. There it is. So look, it looks like she's in her 30s. That's perfect. Young woman, fresh ideas. Perfect. Do your term, a term or two, and then retire. Seems like that would be great for us. Nope. She still had 50 plus years in the fucking tank. Shit. That's shit. What a face. And you know, if you look up Dianne Feinstein, they don't have any of the pictures of her with like, you know, with her half her face melting off her skull. They don't show that picture of her. They'll show some pictures of her being older. Oy vey. Why is she so verklempt? Look at this shit. Like, you'll get some of that, but they're not going to show you the Dianne Feinstein that just kicked the bucket. They're not going to show you her, which is in their best interest. Yeah, it was more like that. Well, I gotta find a better picture than that. No, it's hard. It's hard to find a good picture because in this scene the guy was in motion. But you get the idea. Like, the new pictures of her always remind me of this guy. It always reminds me of the dude in RoboCop. Remember he got the toxic waste on him? He's like, help me. And he wanders out in the middle of the road and his friend fucking hits him with a bread truck. That's, there we go. Help me. I mean, people might say that it's fucked up to make fun of her because she died. Yeah, Spunberry in the 2000 SUX. I'd buy that for $1. People might say that's fucked up to make fun of her. You know, she died. She was an old lady. But I just don't see it that way. The hatred that these people had for us, the shitty policies that they pushed through, the condition that they leave our states and our cities in, fuck that. You don't get off that easy. You can't turn California into a double scoop of shit and Band-Aid ice cream and then get to walk away. Imagine you're a little kid, you got an ice cream cone, and there's 2 scoops of homeless shit, Band-Aids, and hepatitis ice cream on your cone. That's what they've turned California into, and you just get to ride off into the sunset with the Grim Reaper? And all they're going to do here on Earth is talk about how great you were. Just give them time. Give them 24, 48 hours to put together a clips package. Wait till you see her funeral. All those fuckers are going to sit in that room and act like she didn't have a hand in fucking this state up. They're just going to act like and that happens with all dead people. People just focus on the good. Even though they were steaming pile of excrement, you're just going to talk about how good they were. Well, I'm not doing that. Dianne Feinstein helped destroy the state of California, the laughing stock that we are right now. She helped. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that there's a seat open for U.S. Senator for the state of California. Uh-oh. Now, there's a guy, let me see if I can find his name. Shout out to my man Gabe. He sent me this. And this guy has a really good point. A really, really good point. And we've all talked about the possibility of having a president, Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom. What's this guy's name? Stinchfield 1776. And he kind of goes on for a while. So I'll paraphrase what he's saying. And it's totally true. I've said the same thing kind of along the same lines as him. But what he said was, now that there's a seat available, Kamala Harris was already a state senator for California. So she could be nominated to be a U.S. senator. Now, if she becomes a U.S. senator, now we have a vacant seat for vice president. And a vice president has to be nominated. Who's that going to be? Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom. Now he's in the White House. One second. So then you would have Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom in the White House, one step away from the Oval Office. 25th Amendment, Section 1. In case of the removal of the president from office of his death or resignation. Actually, that should be his or her death, because a woman can be president too. The vice president shall become president. Okay. Section 2. Whenever there is a vacancy in the office of vice president, the president shall nominate a vice president who shall take office upon confirmation by a majority vote of both the houses by both houses of Congress. Think they can't do that? Whenever the president transmits to the president pro tempore of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives his written declaration that he is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, and until he transmits to them a written declaration to the contrary, such powers and duties shall be discharged by the vice president as acting president. So if you get Vice President Newsom and his sloppy Joe writes, "Dear America," oh, what was I going to say? I don't know. I'm not feeling good. I can't do this anymore. Joe! All he has to do is write down on paper, "I can't do it. I'm all fucked up." And then Gavin Newsom would assume power and he can execute the office of the President of the United States as acting president. Whenever the vice president and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the president pro tempore of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, the vice president shall immediately assume the powers and duties of office as acting president. Side note, why is that shit written that way? You guys can't write it any easier than that? Anyway, with Dianne Feinstein going down, we are dangerously close to Gavin Newsom as president of the United States. That slimy serpent-like son of a bitch is a few steps from running this. Now, if that doesn't make your turd cutter tighten up, nothing will. Absolutely nothing. Beans 1170, thank you. Jericho, can you please run for president? Oh, man. I don't know if I have the money. I don't think I have the money to. I would. Fuck it. Fuck it. It'd be the shortest presidency. They'd be like, oh, definitely assassinate that. Mr. Comic 2009, thank you. He says Mike Obama owns the Black Caucus. Hey, Black Caucus? I know what you're saying. That's not nice. But it's true. Simeon Meriwether. Thank you again, good sir. Leonard S. Thank you. Leonard S. Thanks again. He says we are rodents. That's why they love Mickey Mouse. Oh, oh, oh. Fucking rat. DJ John T, thank you. He says America has never been this hated since ever. Not even during the Vietnam War. I really hope you pull through in 2024. We gotta, because the planet is relying on us as well. The planet needs us to win, because when America is doing well, the rest of the world is too. Justin Desroches, you son of a bitch. Thank you for the Hamilton. He says, incorrect, sir. It's always time to get play. A good Friday's reparations to you, and I wish you all the most play weekend you can handle. Same to you, sir. Thank you, guys. And I didn't get to the $20 an hour Fetterneck's dress code, but I will. I'll do a video about those. But I got to go pick up Junior from school. Then where are we going after that? I could swear I got to pick somebody up. I hope I don't forget. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I got to go pick up Junior. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Tomorrow, I will try to do a live stream. Keep your eyes peeled. But my son's soccer game is 11 o'clock. So 11 to 12. I can probably pull one off by 1 o'clock. So you guys keep your eyes and ears open for that. I thank you guys for being here. I thank you for your comments, your questions, your super chats, your time. Thank you very much. You guys light a candle. Maybe have a moment of silence for Dianne Feinstein. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. Hit that Teespring link to get some damn merch. I am Jericho Green. Man, out.